In our walk through life, we have encountered several types of men, and we have come to discover that some people are quite different from others. When we are talking about men that have a unique blend of personalities, we can point out the Sigma males. Sigma males are independent, self-reliant men who don't conform to traditional societal expectations. They're the ones who march to the beat of their drum, and they're the ones who are shaking up the traditional alpha, beta, and omega male archetypes. But the truth is, they drive women crazy. You may be wondering how. In this video, we will be unveiling things that Sigma males do that drive women crazy. Watch till the end. Lack of interest in commitment. Sigma males may be hesitant to commit to a long-term relationship. They may value their independence and not want to be tied down or controlled by a partner. This can be seen as a lack of interest or commitment by some women. Sigma males may take more time to decide on a serious relationship and may not be quick to express their feelings. They may also have a different perspective on what a committed relationship entails. This can be frustrating for women who are looking for a more serious connection and may not understand the Sigma male's perspective. It can be hard for women to know where they stand in a relationship or what the future holds, which can cause uncertainty and insecurity. However, it's important to remember that commitment is a personal choice and everyone has different preferences and needs. Independence. Sigma males value their independence and may not want to be tied down or controlled by a partner. This can be seen as a lack of interest by some women. They may not want to be in a relationship where they feel as if they are being controlled or where their freedom is limited. They may also not want to be in a relationship where they feel as if they have to change who they are to make their partner happy. This independence can be seen as a strength by some, but it can also be seen as a lack of interest in the relationship by others. This can be confusing or frustrating for women who are looking for a more traditional partnership where both parties are working towards a common goal. Difficulty in reading emotions. Sigma males may be more reserved or introverted and may not show their emotions as openly as others. This can make it difficult for a woman to understand how they are feeling or what they want in a relationship. They may not be expressive about their emotions, which can make it hard to know what they are thinking or feeling. They may also be less likely to initiate conversations or discussions about their feelings, which can make it hard for a woman to understand how they feel about certain things. This lack of emotional expression can be hard for a woman to navigate, as she may feel like she's guessing about how they are feeling. This can cause uncertainty and insecurity, as she may not know what to expect from them or how to respond to their behavior. They may also have a harder time expressing their emotions verbally, which can make it harder for a woman to understand how they are feeling. This can be especially challenging in situations where they may be upset or angry. They may not be able to put their feelings into words, which can make it hard for a woman to understand what's wrong and how to help. Limited social circle. Sigma males may not have a large social circle and may prefer to spend time alone or with a select group of friends. This can make it difficult for a woman to get to know them and understand their interests and hobbies. They may not be interested in meeting new people or going out to social events, which can make it hard for a woman to connect with them and understand their interests. This limited social circle can make it difficult for a woman to understand their interests and hobbies and to know what they like and dislike. They may also be less likely to initiate social interactions and may prefer to spend time alone or with a small group of close friends. This can make it difficult for a woman to understand their social preferences and can make it harder for her to initiate social activities. This can cause frustration and confusion, as she may feel like they are not interested in spending time with her or getting to know her friends and family. Additionally, they may be less interested in joining clubs or groups, which can make it hard for a woman to understand their hobbies and interests. This can make it hard for a woman to understand their interests and connect with them. Lack of interest in traditional gender roles. Sigma males may not conform to traditional gender roles and may not want to be the provider or the protector in a relationship. This can be confusing or frustrating for women who have grown up with traditional expectations of gender roles. They may not want to conform to traditional gender roles and may not want to take on certain responsibilities that are typically associated with their gender. Being with a man with this lack of interest in traditional gender roles can make it difficult for a woman to understand their role in the relationship and what is expected of her. Difficulty in expressing feelings. Sigma males may be more reserved when it comes to expressing their feelings, which can make it difficult for a woman to know how they truly feel about her. They may not be expressive about their feelings, which can make it hard for a woman to know if they are interested in a serious relationship. This can make it difficult for a woman to know what they are thinking or feeling and how to respond in certain situations. It can make it hard for a woman to understand their intentions and build a strong relationship with them. Lack of interest in socializing. The lone wolf may not be interested in going out and socializing. They may prefer to spend time alone or with a select group of friends. This behavior can make it difficult for a woman to find common ground with them and connect with them. They may not be interested in going out to parties or events, which can make it hard for a woman to understand their interests and hobbies. This lack of interest in socializing can make it hard for a woman to get to know them and to understand what they like and dislike. They may also not be interested in meeting new people, which can make it hard for a woman to introduce them to her friends and family. Limited communication. Sigma males may not communicate as openly or frequently as some women would like. They may not be expressive about their thoughts and feelings, which can make it hard for a woman to know what they are thinking or feeling. They may also not be interested in sharing their plans and goals for the future, which can make it hard for a woman to understand what they want or expect from the relationship. This can make it hard for a woman to understand their intentions and build a strong relationship with them. Difficulty in understanding intentions. Sigma males may not be as expressive about their intentions, which can make it difficult for a woman to know what they want or expect from a relationship. They may not be interested in discussing their plans for the future or their goals in life, which can make it hard for a woman to understand what they want or expect from the relationship. They may also not be interested in discussing their feelings or thoughts about the relationship, which can make it hard for a woman to understand where they stand. Lack of interest in traditional dating. Sigma males may not be interested in traditional dating rituals, such as buying flowers or planning romantic dates. This can be confusing or frustrating for women who are used to these types of gestures. They may not be interested in doing things that are traditionally associated with dating, such as going out to dinner or watching a movie. This mindset can make it hard for a woman to understand their intentions and to build a strong relationship with them. They may also not be interested in doing things that are traditionally associated with being in a relationship, such as celebrating holidays or anniversaries. They don't have a problem being refused. Sigma males are men who doesn't care about what others think. Being refused is one of the greatest fears of a man. However, Sigma males understand that refusal is one of the parts of life that cannot be avoided. They play their hand the best they can and expect no particular result. Women find this trait unique because a lot of other men will start chasing after being refused. However, Sigma male will never chase, and that turns the tables around. Sometimes women start chasing them to find out what is going on. That's one of the secret powers that Sigma males have. Every man can learn this, but it can take some time. One must have correct hierarchy of values and understand how the world works. Once the concept of rejection is understood, it will never scare a man away from a challenge. Knowing the things Sigma males do that drive women crazy, I'm sure you would also like to know why Sigma males don't approach women anymore. Click on the image and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.